Abs TV. This is the late night Abs. It's an Ops Monday. A good old Ops Monday. What have you been your operations? What's going on? Monday, they say, I guess Garfield didn't like Monday, but, he really has no reason to not like Monday. But, because he's a cat, shouldn't the guy hate Monday? But that's the thing, why should you hate Monday? What did Monday do to you? Or is it more about what you have set up for yourself? So, Monday didn't do nothing. But Monday, Tuesday, what's the difference, I guess? So, it's an Ops Monday. Shout out to the, I cannot remember her name, but the British lady that is hosting, some things on there. She's British, and it's still kind of funny the way they sound to us. I like the way the Brits say think, I think. Well, I know what I think. What do you think? I think. But, they probably think we sound weird too. And, the Brits are like those people that, we had their issues with them, They wanted us to drink tea. We said, hey, look, we're gonna go over to a whole nother fucking country and drink coffee, okay? And energy drinks. So we just didn't like what they were doing, like tea and, taxes and stuff, I guess. But we just went way over there and we're like, look, you guys just do your thing. And I'm just gonna do my thing. And a couple hundred years later, everything's fine. We just like to fuck with the Brits, but we love the British, right? They're kind of like America, but it sucks. Now, I would want to go to Britain. It'd be cool. It'd be pretty. I want to see that tower. I don't know what their thing's called. They have a tower, and they also have, what is that thing? There's a giant Ferris wheel. I think that's where it is. Well, yeah, it's kind of classic. That's the best place to go see a castle, a real castle. Scotland, Ireland, and United Kingdom, which I guess is actually all of them. They're a United Kingdom, we're a United States. So they get it too. Unite, but also stay over there. Because they're united, but you got Ireland up here fucking floating away. So they had to detach and said, hey, look, no hard feelings, but Ireland, you go do your thing, and United States, you do your thing, and United Kingdom, or London, British, the Brits, Great Britain, great. Hey, the Brits have been around for a long time, I guess, and I'm not too on that king and queen shit, but it is kind of cool, I guess, to think have a king, but have a king and a queen, because that's I don't know, but I guess it's kind of classic, but they also don't do anything, right? And hey, if the current, I can't remember the Queen Elizabeth whatever number, she is like gonna be only it until she's gone, and then there'll be a king and a queen. So that's kind of cool. So it's kind of like, I don't know, royalty kind of sounding shit, but you know, look, Brits, we didn't fuck everything up over here, alright? We're figuring out the politics. It's a little bit in a weird spot. We came over here to, like, you know, become independent, but also, you know, like, make our own rules and shit. But, you know, we tried our best to, like, figure out how to make everything even, but, you know, money, that thing, yeah, I think that's a lot it had to do with, like, probably that kind of stuff. Because don't they, like, pay people off to, like, keep on their side or something? I guess, like, I thought we had, like, some kind of, like, morals, like, dignity or something. But shout out to Finken, and what else? What do I think about? Everything else sounds kind of normal sometimes, but Fink is kind of fun. What do you think? When I was making a delivery, you know, it's kind of a little bit out of the way, but you know, it's fun. But when I was coming back, I seen a crop duster. Like an actual crop duster. A guy, and it's a job, a guy doing a crop duster. With a plate and a crop duster. And you know, I am scared to fucking think about piloting, but I really think that'd be cool. And I wouldn't do it big. I don't need a fucking jumbo jet or a jet or a gold fucking plane. You know what? I want to just have a crop duster. But the question, I mean, I don't know if I actually like help people do crop dusting. Maybe I'll just like fly around and fucking do it, you know? But I'm just mainly trying to have fun with it. I think it'd be just cool to like fly a crop duster plane just through an open field, and because you don't gotta worry about nothing in the way, and, you know. Because I mean, and if a crop duster crops out on you, I mean, you're gonna fall like 50 feet, and you might be a little shooken up, but you're gonna be fine. But you still get to fly. And here's the thing about it: this crop duster, it's a yellow and blue, a yellow plane with a blue stripe, and I seen him. Well, maybe it wasn't the same plane, but the same like company or whatever it is. I've seen them over here before. But yeah, I mean, a crop duster, it's almost, I think it's like probably the most bird-like plane, first of all. And I like that it's smaller. I wouldn't mind one of those like Mexican fucking cartel planes that they like bring, you know, all their wonderful stuff over here. That kind of plane, I don't know what it's called, but I've been flying a plane on GTA 5, and you know, it obviously doesn't prepare you at all, but see, I think I would shit myself at the height. I mean, it just seemed, I don't know what would happen, but I never have known yet, so you don't know unless you try it, I guess. But I think the first step would be to freaking ride a plane, not even you gotta start small. I mean, I gotta first get up there and see how I feel. Because you can't just go from being a fucking car dweller your whole life and then just fucking saying go. It's not like going to the DMV. It's not like going to the DMV. You drive around a corner with the lady. I mean, there's a lot you probably have to figure out. And I can be forgetful. I can be absent-minded. And you know where you can't be forgetful or absent-minded? When you're the only guy in a fucking plane way up. So, you know, I need to trust myself with that kind of thing. But, you know, I'm not unaware of myself, you know. I know that I can be like that, so. Yeah, I know I can be like that, so it makes me worry. I mean, that's why I'm so against me getting ever driving a motorcycle. I mean, I know myself. I don't know. I'll get distracted. I'll do something. Like, it just doesn't seem like something I should be doing. And same, I kind of feel like that about a plane, but I definitely, like, actually want to do that one. But it is very scary, for sure. It's scary, but, you know, I just gotta, like, try to, like, go on a plane first, because everything is just kind of baby steps. Every little thing, like, if you're afraid, then, you know, you slowly build up. And yeah, that'd be a good step going on a plane. But I feel like I'm afraid of heights. I get a feeling I'm afraid of heights, but I haven't really been super high, I guess. Not that high. As a plane. So shout out to Crop Dusters. I mean, hey, that's a pretty cool job, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's like a specific thing, because, I mean, they only got to do it once a year, right? Once a year. Shout out to Netflix for only gaining 1.5 million, which I guess is very, you know, it's very small for their quarter, and they're gonna add video games. So I am very curious about that. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it, but maybe it'll be cool. You know, if it's fucking, you know, they got Snake on there or something. Like, I mean, they gotta really try with it, and it's gonna have to be impressive, but I think it's a good idea. And, you know, people already just download games anyway, so maybe they're getting ahead of it. I know Netflix is smart with their moves and shit, because they changed the game forever, though. I mean, if you give respect where it's due, they said, hey, look, so we've been going through USPS, sending people DVDs, and look, you know, everybody knows USPS is you know, they kind of suck, or at least that's the word. They say they're slow, and, you know, they're kind of the OG, like, I mean, they were like, weren't they like on a fucking horse with a satchel delivering shit? So it's kind of respect to the OG male people, but look, I guess it's been very slow, and I don't know how you fix it. You would think other things would, like, alleviate it for them, but they still say they suck, but, you know, I can't really say. USPS, United States Postal Service. You got FedEx. Hey, people always forget about DHL. I feel like that's because I think their vans and their logo, it looks like a phone company or like an internet company. It doesn't look like a delivery service. I've never thought I'm gonna DHL some shit, you know. DHL. I don't even know what it stands for. Let's find out. DHL Express. Yeah, I mean, they can't. DHL is German. Okay. Firm. I can't read the cheese. Post. DHL. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it stand for? What does DHL? Detouche Post. Okay, so it's something German, I guess. Dude. Okay. I'm gonna say AO technology. Guess what? I'm gonna try to listen. I know this thing can tell you how to sing. If I can do it. Okay, it's type D. Yeah, shout out to Google. Thanks, Google. Deutsche. Okay, so they are the Deutsche Post. The Deutsche Post. Well, it's definitely good you go by DHL because nobody's gonna be saying that. Just Deutsche, some fucking packages. But yeah, I mean, Amazon, they got their own fleet now and shit. And they're like the tallest thing I've ever seen, like for a van. Shout out to Google if you need a guy, or Apple if you still need a guy to take pictures of the whole Earth. I'll do it, but I hope you supply the gas. Because, I mean, I don't think your van is going to be that good on gas. So, I'll do it. I don't mind. But, you don't even gotta pay me, really. I mean, I don't know if you took enough pictures already. You might have done it already. But if there's one where there's like a guy in the way, or there's like something that you need to redo, I'll do it. But you give me a free gas card, that's fine. And driving something bigger I don't know about, but if I'm going like 5 miles per hour, I should be fine. But, I hope I can smoke it in the Google van or Apple van. Apple, did you already take pictures? People, when Apple first came out with their maps, like the next day people were like, oh, this fucking bullshit, like this sucks, it doesn't do good at all. Well, give them a minute, alright? Give them a second. Because guess what? I got all 3 of the big ones. I got Waze, in case anything is in the Waze. It tells you about cops and trains and more stuff, but that's the most thing I see. Cops and trains it tells you about. And people can report stuff they see on the road, like lookouts. So Waze has that cool thing, but they're not that good at actually getting you exactly to a place. And see, they all have their purpose. They all have their purpose. Google is definitely what you want to go through with like long distance, at least in my experience. But Apple, I gotta give it up to you on the lights and stuff, and pretty much the accuracy too. I mean, but obviously Google's the best. They've had the most time to work on it. All right. they've had the most time to Google it. And Google ate up Yahoo. And fuck, I thought Yoo-hoos were called Yahoos. And I still think I call them that sometimes. A Yahoo. A Yoo-hoo. Chocolate water. Hey, you know, the thing about Yahoo, Yoo-hoo is they gotta fucking make it bigger. I mean, damn. I could drink the whole fucking thing in one gulp. I mean, it's so good, first of all. And, I mean, it's so easy to, like, drink it. I haven't had one in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Water, milk. It sounds like if you told somebody, hey, I got an idea. Let's make chocolate water. They'd be like, what? You know, water is fine. It doesn't need chocolate, but it couldn't hurt every now and then. It couldn't hurt every now and then. So shout out to chocolate water. And I think they have a strawberry. I've seen a couple new ones. So shout out to Yahoo too. I mean, Yahoo you can still go on there, but it's like, why? But maybe they have some advantage, but I mean, I pretty much, look, I still like, you know, Google Chrome, Google Plus, that went out. Nobody needs it, I guess. Google Plus, that was big when it first started for me. Well, not even real. It just already had so many Google accounts that it was kind of like forced. It's kind of like, I guess, like YouTube put all their music on people's iPods and shit, or iPhones. And the funny thing about YouTube is they're like the biggest band that I don't know any of their songs. They're supposed to be one of the biggest band in the world. And it seems like nobody likes them. Let's see. So are they bigger somewhere else? Because I don't get it. YouTube. Ace with Noel Gallagher explains why people don't like YouTube's Bond. I mean, I know I've heard he's done some like good shit, like, but yeah, I mean, they're supposedly like so big, but you don't hear them at all. But maybe that's how it is with a lot of things. So maybe I'll opt in. I don't know. Maybe I'll opt into fucking YouTube, but yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know much. Hey, a correction. GTA 3, the character, his name's Claude, not Fido. I don't know where the hell I got Fido. Maybe, I don't know where I got. Maybe they say that in there. I'm not sure. But his name's Claude, which. Fido, I feel like they say that in there somewhere, but yeah, not Fido. So, Japan, shout out, the opening ceremony. It was beautiful. And, you know, you guys are like 13 hours ahead, so what your day is our night and vice versa. So 7:38 a.m. was their PM, in our aim. And, people weren't allowed into the place or so. I mean, they had like the necessary people and all that stuff. But I would have liked to experience seeing like fans and stuff, but it's still cool to just see the games. Naomi Osaka lights the torch. And she is from Japan. And I first heard about her from this media thing. And I kind of don't see why she has to do it if she don't want to do it. Maybe it messes up her mental state and she just wants to stay focused on what she's doing. This is unbelievable, but the fucking Frenchies beat us at basketball. Can you believe that? The Frenchies. They beat us at basketball, so I don't know what that says. They said that it was the first time the USA has lost or something since 2004. So I don't know. When you think of France, I don't think of like basketball, but apparently they've been trying. Katie Ledecky, her primetime thing, this fucking Aussie, this fucking Australian beat her, and I guess it was pretty hard to believe because it was like an underdog shit. But they got a lot of pressure. The ones that they're calling the greats, Ledecky, Simone, they have a lot of pressure. And I don't even understand how it's just incredible what they're doing. Like, to perform like that at your best, and the entire fucking world and the whole United States is like cheering for or watching and expecting crazy stuff. And I don't think Simone should feel bad about not doing as well, because she's made her history, and I guess it's like she keeps calling herself the OG, but not original gangster. She's the old grandma. But that kind of sport, I guess, is like very, extremely hard on your body. If I did that, my fucking ankle would snap off. That's what makes me go every time when they try to land it, because that is a lot of strain on your legs and shit. Yeah, I think my fucking legs would snap in half landing like that. But that is a pretty cool skill, and I don't really get that. Every single one of them doing it looks like they're doing really good, but then the only time I notice is when they're visibly mess up. But they got all these judges, and I don't like that kind of thing with it, because what if the judge just likes someone more and they just give her a couple extra? I don't know how to do it. I like a sport where there's a point system, or a race. I don't mind a race. I like the swimming, definitely is cool. Track and field, which I guess is next week. and a fucking triathlon. Shit. Yeah, same with the Tour de France. Those guys, they had to bike up a hill, and not just any hill, a fucking like miles and miles long hill. And that strain, I don't know, that strain on your leg, that seems really, really, really tough. I felt like my fucking leg would, like pop out of my fucking, whatever this bird's called. So shout out to Olympians. What you're doing is, I mean, pretty insane. Like, and to be on the global scale, I think it's pretty. These restrictions they suck for it, but I mean, we don't want to scare Japan with all that because, they got a lot of people, and I mean, a lot of them were worried about it. They did show the protests going on a little bit. People not wanting the games, but look, everybody's in there going on already. You should have showed up, said something a little early. Well, they did. I guess they were trying to get it canceled. But look, guys, you gotta get in the Olympic spirit. All right, you gotta just come through with it, because that's what you did, and that's what the Japan Prime Minister said he was gonna do. So respect. But the people acting like that, look, just go hang out for a little bit, It'll be over in a couple weeks. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you do when it's already set up, and it's already been postponed a year. So I mean, so I guess this is the first time Ledecky. I think Ledecky's pretty cool. Because the way she handles herself after a loss, I thought was like respectful. She's not like dramatic about it. She just accepts it, congratulates them. But Simona's more theatrical a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think she feels that pressure. But Ledecky's a little more cool. And shout out to backstroking. That seems very hard. I mean, shout out to your fucking rotator cuff. I mean, damn. I feel like that would just hurt. But then again, if you're swimming the fucking breaststroke, then your head's going in the water a bunch. But it's pretty crazy, and I think the swimming's pretty cool. Like when they do that little sound, like bam, it's cool. So shout out. Yeah, I mean, for Japan to host where they can't do much, and like it's all these restrictions, and they still put together a really nice ceremony. And yeah, so I didn't realize how many fucking countries I've never even heard of. They had every single country walk out with a flag. And some of them had 2 people, some of them had 10, some of them had 300. They weren't all there, but they had that many on the team. Yeah, there's a lot of ones I've never even heard of. Uzbekistan, Central Asia. Uprist. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, it's hard to take fucking notes when you don't know how to spell. Uprist. Well, that's not a place. Kyrgyzstan. Koskova. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Well, shout out. There's a lot of countries. There's a lot of countries. And apparently, in the Israel 1972 Olympic Games, the Munich massacre, 11 members of Israel delegation, 5 athletes, 2 referees, 4 coaches were taken hostage by Palestinian terrorists and murdered. So Palestinians, thank you a lot for turning something that the whole world's trying to play a game, and you guys just gotta come along and fucking ruin it. So thanks, guys. And I didn't even know about this thing happening in 1972. I mean, that's just awful. Why would you do that? It's just like, I don't understand. Don't understand that. Hey, everybody's trying to have a game and compete. Let's kidnap the people and fucking murder them. So yeah, way to make something fun, ruin it. That's what you guys do, okay? Shout out to Tony Hawk. He was like talking. They get the best person like talk about the sport. Skateboarding is the first time it's been in the Olympics. So I've seen that too. And I guess the biggest skater right now is like Najan Houston. And I guess the Chinese are good at skateboarding because they beat him. But you know, skateboarding in the Olympics, I think it's about time. Surfing is. Yeah, when they said Tony Hawk, I thought they meant like he's gonna skateboard on my luck. I thought he was like, I thought he was done with that for now. But yeah, he was like hosting it, and I mean, that would have been something cool for him to do. But you know, I guess they have a whole different thing for themselves. Donda, still waiting. August 6th. This is supposed to come out now. And the live stream was apparently streamed by 23 million people. And it was sold out Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's pretty incredible to see, like, I mean, is Kanye, like, just making it legendary like he does? He is reportedly living in the stadium. He's living in the stadium. He's got a personal chef. He's got a studio. And he's not leaving until the album's done. That's pretty cool. So I really believe he's like gonna put it out, you know, pretty soon. August 6th. It's not the latest one. You know, this is, I don't know why people don't expect this at this point. Like, it's just enjoy it, you know? It's part of the ride, and you know, it's gonna come out. And you know, hearing the stuff I heard from it, which, you know, I want to hear the whole official thing, but he's still finishing it up. But the stuff I did hear, it sounds just incredible. So So I definitely can't wait for that. But I mean, people, you gotta expect this at this point. And we got, and you know, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I guess he'd be renting it out. So yeah, August 6th. It's like 2 weeks. So it's not bad. Alright, this is a little depth. The Cleveland Indians done it. They done it. They changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians. And the funny thing about it is that it's actually named in honor of a Native American that played for Cleveland. They're called the Cleveland Spiders. And he played his career there. And his name, Louis Sock Alex. He's a Pinot Jaunt Indian, you know? So people trying to, I mean, let's face it, don't pretend like Guardians is a good name. It really is. I mean, it's pretty boring. I don't get. I just think they could have got. I mean, you're gonna name a whole team. Could have got a little more exciting or nostalgic. People were saying they wanted it to be the Cleveland Spiders again, which I don't really like spiders, but I guess that was what it was called before. The Cleveland. I mean, Indians. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I guess you guys. So like Russia and Alaska, I guess you could just walk on over, and that's how they got over here. So they were pretty much here first, but that's the thing. I mean, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do about it? I mean, guys, you can have, like, just make a day for yourself, and I'll celebrate you guys, like, what you did, but yeah, I mean, you gotta see, like, there's just both sides to it. There's both sides to it, and it's not good. It's not really being good, but what we did. But I mean, what do you expect, really? Yeah, they just walked on over here from Russia, and they were the first ones to be like, holy shit. And it's just true. It sucks, but it's true. I mean, they were pretty much living happily, no disease and all this shit, and then, yeah, I mean, we did come over, and we kind of fucked up their setup, you know? And I do feel bad about it, but it's just like, I mean, it is what it is. This is where we are now. I mean, you coulda, I mean, nobody's gonna think about you if you keep changing all the team names. Cleveland Indians is named in honor of an Indian. So yeah, I mean, trying to change things, and that guy's probably like, damn, well, actually, it would have been better if you had left it, because I would have kept honoring me and the Indians. So you try to erase, like, history, but it's still history. It's still what happened. It already happened. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not proud of. I wouldn't say I'm proud of how it went down, but I mean, look, it was wrong, Really, it was wrong. But that's just because nobody found out about it. You guys just lucked out. You just decided to walk across the Bering Strait, which is used to be connected. You just walked on over and you found this place, and you know, you guys did probably take care of it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you expected that kind of life to last. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's just history. Like you guys, there's just like Indigenous People Day. You know, even and yeah, I mean, they were just pretty much completely unknown. And the worst part that made me feel really bad is they accepted us with kindness. They were very nice. They they taught they taught settlers like how to survive. They taught them their techniques for like planting stuff and like how to make food. And I mean, damn, it does suck that, but you know, it is what it is. You know, history can be kind of ugly. You know, so I mean, Indians, look, I definitely feel you. I think you guys would have done a pretty good job with everything, but you can't expect that, I mean, to last forever. The other part of the world is gonna find out about it. And it's such a great place, we had to, you know. So yeah, I mean, if there's a way to make it right to Indians, let's do it. But you can't like erase, you know, erase what's already happened. Yeah, I'm in the middle of like seeing about that part, and I didn't want it to be like that. They were just so kind. I don't know. I mean, they definitely believe a lot of good shit. Look, guys, you got the best tobacco for sure, but hey, other cigarette companies, all you gotta do is pack your fucking cigarette better, cause you're ripping people off. I've realized that from packing cigarettes is they will all burn a long time if you're just packing them. So guys, at least American Spirit is like giving you the full thing, but it's just too pricey. Ridiculous. But it is good. So you guys got tobacco doing well, and you had the whole, probably taking care of the land down. So I really don't know what to think about it, because we were in the wrong, but then again, I mean, history's ugly. I mean, every single place ever had to like fight to like keep. Every single place ever had to fight to keep their place, you know. So Indians, like, you have to be ready too. You gotta be ready too. Cause yeah, I mean, you guys were just way behind on stuff. I mean, you gotta admit, we did some good stuff for you too. We probably showed you like stuff and didn't. just do bad things. I hope. I mean, it's a lot of land. Hey, Indians, I say just go take over Canada. Canada's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, they're a country, but America, we don't really think of them like that. They're just like, oh, there's people out there. So yeah, I mean, go check out Canada or something, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, the whole North America. I mean, you can't have Mexico. Maybe we could give you Alaska and I don't know. But you guys probably wouldn't like it there. I mean, you're not Eskimos. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look, it is. I mean, it sucks, but it is the history. So it's just kind of what it is. So Cleveland Guardians. Well, not that exciting, but the Washington football team. Don't mess this up. Name it something cool, please. At least. I think I've heard Washington Red Tails. I don't mind that one. Possible Washington football team names. Alright, the Washington Red Wolves. The Washington Red Tails. I like that one. Washington Warriors. Are you guys good with that? I mean, it honors you, but it's not like disrespectful. Because I do get the like logo. That is a little disrespectful. And maybe that's why they like the Seminoles. They don't mind that because it honors a tribe. So maybe Warriors would be the best name. Because I don't think you guys are realizing it, but you're kind of making us completely forget like you're even around. Even Indians, people liked it, and Washington Redskins. I mean, I kind of get that sounds weird. You're literally naming their skin in a team name. I mean, I don't know. But you know, I think Warriors wouldn't be bad. Washington Senators, fuck that. We don't want to hear about no fucking senators. No fucking politics. The Washington Comrades. Washington Football Club. I mean, that sounds very exclusive. Well, I'm down for Warriors if you guys want something named in your honor still. But if you just want to still forget about it, then we'll go the Red Tails. But I think Red Tails or Warriors sound good. The Washington Red Hogs. The Washington Aviators, that's kind of cool. The Washington Belters. These are reported names that they're thinking of. The Washington Ambassadors. Red Tails. Red Wolves, Red Hogs, Royals, Washington Royals, Washington Wild Hogs. Washington Razorbacks. You can't. That's Arkansas. but college teams, you guys gotta. Well, yeah, I mean, if you would expect like us to like give up part of the land to you, you gotta understand why we can't do that. Okay, you can't divide the United States. Okay, so I think we could be a little more respectful to you in a way, and I think like we should probably honor like the good ideas you guys had. And, I mean, it really was like kind of your paradise, and we fucked it up. But you know, I'm still learning about it, so still learning. But you know, yeah. Shout out to the Indians. I mean, hey, you guys smoke tobacco. I think you smoked a lot of weed. But you know, we can't just be flopping around in the fucking uh, whatever you guys would had forever. I mean, I don't know. So we can't divide it. You can't have certain parts for you. I mean, you got, the only thing is just jump on it. So shout out to the Cleveland Guardians. So shout out to Showtime for bringing I guess Dexter back for a 10-part like season. And Dexter Dexter is what my dog is named after. Because when I first started watching that, the first thing I thought about is like, that sounds like a dog name, Dexter. And I think it's the perfect dog name. So shout out to Dexter returning. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I know doing movies of shows probably doesn't always need to be done. Like the Breaking Bad movie El Camino. I mean, I'm glad they did it, but I really, well, it should have had Bryan Cranston, but that's the thing. It couldn't have, unless we go back in time. But I think it was a good movie still, but I think a Dexter movie would be pretty cool. But yeah, shout out to Showtime. They also have I seen a preview for this thing called UFO, and I don't know if they're just hyping it, but they sit there and act like that they are like about to uncover like that it's almost undeniable that there's aliens, which it could just be hype for a show. But let me tell you, it was a good preview. It was definitely caught my attention. It's Showtime. Where do you even go for a Showtime? Yeah, I guess you're kind of like an HBO thing. I still would like to get. I mean, Showtime. That's the thing. Like, I just can't do all the specific ones. Yeah, I mean, they're just so over the place. So shout out to James Corden, who will return August 22nd. And look, James, I'm not gonna always stay up for you, but uh, I will start watching once you're new again, you know. But not always. I don't like the pressure of like knowing I have to stay up, like to watch, cause I mean, 12:37. Well, it's not really that late. But I was being the late night ops. I was being the late night ops Saturday. But you know, I just can't. I don't know. I just wish I could always just stay awake all day, all night. It sometimes feels like there's not enough hours in the day. But you got 24. You got, you know, look what Jack Bauer did. In 24 hours. He got himself into some shit. Shout out to 24. That's a pretty cool show that I never really. I haven't opted in on a lot of those shows. I watched CSI Miami, the guy that puts his sunglasses on. That guy, that's pretty cool. And Florida, I mean, I guess there's some of Florida and fucking murder. It's pretty crazy over there. Yeah, I mean, you guys are a joke on a lot of things for a reason. Florida is nuts. Florida is pretty nuts. It's they call it America's basement. Wait, is that doesn't make sense because the basement's nice and cool. America's basement. Florida is America's basement. It's wet. It's filled with mold and strange insects. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to be around alligators. My ass would just be like going for a, you know, when I piss, I gotta stand for about 10 minutes sometimes. And, well, I have to pee a lot, so I'd probably get eaten by an alligator while I'm pissing. And, you know, the whole humid thing, not really down for it. I mean, it can be hot, but when it's humid too, fuck. And you got alligators and fucking people that are really out there sometimes. So shout out to Florida, but America's basement. I wonder what they would call Ohio. Ohio's nickname. The Buckeye State. I don't really know. I mean, I don't ever seen a Buckeye just like what? I don't even know what a Buckeye. These are all full. The mother of presidents, Ohio's nicknames. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. We have a lot of presidents. 8 of 44 American presidents were elected from the Buckeye State. So it's quite a bit. The heart of it all. Hey! That is crazy. Why is Ohio called the heart of it all? In 1984, the Ohio Division of Travel and Tourism created the slogan, Ohio, the heart of it all, to promote tourism. One reason was because Ohio roughly resembles a heart in shape. Wow. I am glad that that is recognized. I wonder if Michigan thinks about their little oven mitt looking place. The birthplace of aviation is a nickname, which I didn't 100% get that because okay. So not until 2003, Congress officially declared Ohio as the birthplace of aviation. Okay. Over North Carolina because Dayton was the home of Wilbur and Orville Wright, who were credited in inventing and flying the first aircraft. Okay. So they were born here and then they invented it in North Carolina, I guess. First and foremost. I mean, that's gotta be in the Buckeye State. Why is Ohio nicknamed the Buckeye State? Ohio is commonly referred to as the Buckeye State due to the prevalence of Ohio buckeye trees within the state's border. Okay, well that one's kind of obvious, but buckeye tree. I can't think of seeing like with how they do it. You think you just drive around, there's fucking buckeyes everywhere. I don't notice. Maybe they're hidden in there or something. Well, I just don't find a buckeye that exciting. Buckeye tree. Well, yeah, I mean, what does a buckeye do? Like, what is the purpose of a buckeye? Well, Native Americans once used buckeyes for both nutritional and medicinal purposes. These tribes would crush and knead the nuts into a salve for rashes and cuts. Today, some believe that buckeyes can relieve and arthritis pain. Prescription opioids were first created exclusively for pain relief. So a buckeye. See, this is why it's so messed. I just feel so. I can't help but feel bad. It's just like, damn, like they would have done it a lot better. It seems like they were getting medicine from stuff that's natural. I hate that it's like that. It just is. Native Americans, you guys had. If we could have just came over and like adapted to stuff, I think everything would be better. But then again, history just doesn't. They use it for arthritis. Let's see what Michigan's. Michigan. The Great Lakes State, and that one's obvious. They got a bunch of great fucking lakes, but not a lot of, ocean, but see, that's the thing. When you're standing there, you're not even gonna know, because you can't see that far, but I mean, the reason to look out into the ocean is to think like, wow, it's just so big and endless. But a lake, you're thinking like, oh, 40 miles that way, there's some like guy on the other side, like drinking a beer and fishing and like something. Some guy sitting there, like, I mean, it's just like, it's not as majestic to see a lake. But hey, your lakes, more than we got. I mean, we don't even have any fucking water, really. I was driving one time and I seen a thing that said beach ahead. I'm like, a beach? What are you talking about? They call it a beach. I forget what it was. I swear, I mean, it says Buck Creek. Yeah, I mean, ours are just fucking creeks and stuff like that, so. The Ohio River, but isn't that yeah, we, I guess are called yeah, we are basically, no, we got a lake up there. Wait a second. I don't know. I don't find a lake that exciting, and Ohio Lake. Lake Erie, isn't that, I thought that was Michigan. Okay, well that's definitely where, that's where Cleveland's got us on that. They got a lake. Yeah, I mean, something about a city over a lake is nice, or a water body or whatever, whichever it may be. The Wolverine State. Now, are there a lot of wolves? The abundance of wolverines that once roamed in the peninsula. I mean, hey, I hear a lot of wolves around here. Sometimes you will just hear, sometimes you'll just hear a pack of them. Maybe they're coyotes, maybe, but it is weird. The Ohio Coyotes. Well, you can't have a coyote versus a wolf, you know? But yeah, Buckeyes, I don't know. The Buckeyes. I don't know. There's obviously never, they're not going to change that. I mean, now that would, that would cause some shit. People would not like that. But I'm just saying, you know, a nut on a tree. I mean, we're named after a arthritis medication, apparently. That thanks to the natives, I guess, they found that out. The Buckeyes. So I'm gonna go with the birthplace of aviation when I think of it, or the heart of it all too. So shout out to lakes, I guess. You know, I guess. I mean, nothing wrong with a lake. Yeah, that makes me think of like what. What is Canada like? Are they just like? Is they? How, I don't know how to Google it. How? Like, how are they divided? What? Are they states? Canada. States. I don't know what you call them. Provinces. Provinces. They're divided into provinces. Provinces. territories. Quebec has a French influence. Ontario, waterfall. I've heard of Winnipeg. I think the natives did go to Canada. Well, hey, natives, if you need our help, we'll do it, but I guess we can go take Canada over for you. Like, I mean... Yeah, I mean, get enough of you Indians together, and we'll go out to Canada and say, hey, look, we're doing it the Indians way now, alright? They can't have the United States, we're united, okay? But we did kind of fuck up a lot for them, so let's make it right some way. Take Canada. Take Canada. I mean, we already don't think of them as much. I mean, we're not being assholes. It's just like, you know, we're America, okay? We wouldn't be, I mean, you have to honor the history, because, sure, America, the way it started, maybe there was some bumps in the road. But, I mean, it's not like every other country is like perfect, and at least we have morals and we learn from them, I guess. So but yeah, you guys can't have Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. Yeah, I mean, those guys, I mean, they need some help, but I don't know. It seems like pretty pretty chaotic, and I don't know. So it's kind of like the most bizarre, and then we're like in the middle, and then Canada's like on reserve. So I mean, Indians get a tribe together, or how many are like got, and we'll go up, we'll take over Canada, and then you guys can have that. And I think the Canadians will probably just like be like, look, just take this part, you know. The Canadians, they will probably just say, hey, look, just take this one part, and because you guys aren't all about united. That's our thing, okay? So you can't do that, but, you know, we'll go take Canada. Now look, Indians, you're gonna have to get some better weapons, alright? You gotta get some better weapons. I mean, Canada's big, so, yeah, we can try to do that, but, I mean, yeah, other than, you know, making a day, all that kind of stuff, I mean, I don't know. Your own day, sure. That's fine. And I know you guys don't want Alaska. I mean, we even barely want it. Alaska. It's pretty weird to think how far away Alaska is. Because if you look at the map, it almost seems like that should just be Canada's. And it kind of looks like we took it. How? That's a good question. How did we get Alaska? On March 30th, 1867, the United States reached an agreement to purchase Alaska from Russia for a price of $7.2 million. So Russia was like, look, you guys want it? Psh, give me $7.2 million and we don't give a fuck. And that seems pretty cheap. But that was in 1867. Uh, I don't know how you how how much was 7 million? People. Today, that is 132 million. So they basically paid 132 million dollars for Alaska. Cause yeah, I was wondering like, so how did they get over here? And yeah, I mean, I guess Russia and Alaska, Bering Straits. A land bridge that stretched between Siberia and Alaska. So that would probably explain why Eskimos and Indians almost look so similar. They're just cold Indians. I mean, you guys walked a long fucking way. I feel bad. You guys walked so far, but I mean, to an unexplored territory, that's got to be incredible. You know? So yeah, I mean, you guys walked over here, and then it went underwater, and then you were isolated from the world. So shout out, Indians. Go ahead. We'll give you some of Canada, but final ops. You can't have some of the United States. We can't fix the past, really. I mean, we can try to adapt to your things, but you gotta adapt to some of our stuff too. Okay. So history is just what it is. But I do feel you were wronged. But but yeah, I mean, if you want Canada, I don't think they even use them. And I know the Bering Straits is like that's the thing about Russia. Half their fucking country is unused. I don't know how to say. What part is too cold? Like, I don't know how you say it. Coldest part. Okay, I know what to say. Is there a place in Russia with no civilization? Which there'd be a reason. It's probably too cold. The most barren place on Earth. Tristan da Cunha, British Overseas Territory. Well, I'm pretty sure most of Russia is like too cold. Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. It's literally, yeah, I mean, I seen a thing about them thinking about building a bridge to connect it. But I guess it would be so unused and cost so much money that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But yeah, it is weird to think about. It is weird. Wow. This is the weirdest word. Shout out to Greenland and Iceland for having a really weird. It's literally spelled ITTOQQORTOORMIIT. Did you guys just hit? I mean, it literally looks like you just hit the fucking keyboard when you named a place. Not even gonna try. Well, there has to be more than to Alaska then. Well, I mean, we had to have bought it for something. Well, why did we buy it? Yeah, I mean, Russians offered to sell Alaska to the United States in 1859, believing the United States would set off the designs of Russia's greatest rival in the Pacific, Great Britain. This purchase ended Russia's presence in North America and assured U.S. access to the Pacific Northwest. Now look, Russia, if you're enemies with the Great Brits, I mean, look, you know, we gotta stand by them, all right? I mean, if we get into some shit, I know they got us. We might think their shit's kind of silly, but it's their way of life. So we got your back, Britain. Russia, I know you're one of those countries that's, you know, trying to give problems and do stuff. It's like, guys. So shout out to Russia. In Russia, if you look at I forget what it's called, but if you look at a map of the actual size, Russia's not as big as it looks. And like I said, half your country is too fucking cold, I think. Half your country's too big to even like go to. So do you really even have that big of a country? Not that that's all that matters. I mean, land, but there's a reason nobody wants to conquer that part, because it just sucks. Don't they call the Europe United Europe? No, they call it something. How is Europe? What is it called? I remember. The E. Well, I think it's pretty cool that, see, every part of the world has got their little advantage, you know? You see, you guys are close to Europe, so you can pretty easily drive around. I wonder if London, can you drive from Great Britain to France? Okay. I like when you Google something and it comes up with other people asking it, because sometimes I don't know if it's wording. If you're planning to drive from London to France or from anywhere else in the UK, Eurotunnel, the shuttle, is your easiest, fastest option. So there is. You can drive. That's pretty cool. But you see, you guys got a bunch of countries you can go to. We got a bunch of states. And, you know, Russia, they're just fucking cold. And, maybe... Okay, I'll give it up to the Russians, for Moscow. I mean, it is beautiful, and I guess I don't know that much about Russians, really, but you guys have created me not trusting. I mean, what you built is beautiful. I mean, it looks like a fucking Disney palace. Like, It looks like fucking Aladdin is hanging up in there or something like it. It looks. It don't even look real. It really is the most bizarre looking place. Like, in a beautiful way. I guess I am kind of ignorant about Russia. I don't really know anything about Russia. I mean, yeah, you guys built some crazy shit. I mean, look, Russia, I would go over there. I would see Moscow. It is pretty. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to hate on you guys. It's just like, I don't know. You guys just seem like you're up to a bunch of weird shit. So, I wonder. I want to see what side they. Oh, yeah, there's a Soviet Union. I'll be honest, that's something I still don't get. I guess it was a Soviet Union, and then it became Russia again. I don't know. Well, we don't have the best image of you guys over here, but I guess it's not your fault. I mean, I will say, Vladimir. I think you care about like your country and stuff. But look, we just don't trust you guys, you know. But it is beautiful. So I want to pick. And yeah, you guys made your letters really weird, but China did that too. They made really, really weird letters. So this is a far out look. Yeah, excuse- wow, so there are people over there. The farthest one. Last spot. And I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. Anadyr. Like I can't even begin to try. Anadry. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Anadry. I don't know how to make it talk, dude. It's not. You can make it say it, but it's the easternmost town in Russia. Well, yeah, I like that you guys like colors. You guys have colors everywhere. That's cool, and you know, I'm sure there's. I'm sure there's like stuff over there too. I mean, we don't really learn about the Russians over here, right? We don't. I mean, you guys. Saint Basil Cathedral, the Kremlin. Yeah, talk about sounding like a fucking Bond villain. The Kremlin. What is that? Is that what the leader, government or something? The name Kremlin means fortress inside a city, and is often used metonymically to refer to the government of the Russia Federation, in a similar sense to how the White House refers to the executive office of the president. Oh. So you guys are like, look, they got the fucking White House. Well, we are gonna fucking go way cool with it. The Kremlin. I mean, it literally sounds like a Bond villain. And Maybe that's why I think of you guys like. Maybe that is something too. Like, isn't every Bond villain fucking Russian? And isn't the Rocky guy that got beat up Russian? And so there's something in us Americans that we just don't like Russians that much, I guess. But you guys are so established, like, you know. Well, it's all just distance. That's the thing. I feel like all people are kind of just like. I mean, if you meet people, it changes everything. It changes everything because I've noticed the cultures or whatever that I haven't met are the ones I feel the most just like ignorant about. But the ones that I've met, I mean, once you meet them, I mean, it's really just human to human. It's a when you just put it all. I mean, at the Olympics, they played Imagine, and look, that is like that, you know, kind of a douchey, like, oh, atheist type thing, but I see a bigger meaning to it. I see it as, yeah, we all have our faiths, and that's fine, but he's saying imagine it. Imagine if everybody didn't have like their religion or their things that separate us. Then imagine if we just realized like we're all humans. But yeah, that kind of got turned into some fucking like atheist anthem. But I think they're missing the point. But maybe I'm wrong. But I see it as that. Like, it's not saying you have to, but just imagine if that was how it was. There'd be peace, a lot more peace. And governments quit dividing people, alright? Because look, I've never met a fucking Russian, ever. I don't think. So that's probably why I feel weird about Russians. I've never met a Russian. So yeah, that's kind of the root of it all. I mean, you know, I don't know if I can find it, but someone said something on Twitter. Okay. I don't know. It might be pretty far back at this point. Well, basically, like saying like this is a tweet for tweet world, you know. Everybody's got these like divisions through what they think things are, and I mean, when you don't have the human spirit in it, then it all breaks apart. I mean, because yeah, I mean, we're just like, you know, we all really should be realizing that it's okay everybody can have their own little thing, you know? But it doesn't mean the world can't get together. But yeah, I mean, yeah. If your religion like tells you to like murder people, then maybe you are a pretty big issue. So maybe that's not okay. But if you guys can just fucking calm down and just worship your shit and leave us alone, like that's, you know, you can't just murder everybody into believing what you believe. You can, you know, it's not going to change anything, alright? You guys just believe what you believe and let us believe what we believe, alright? Because you're not going to destroy us, ever, no matter what you do. Because as we saw in like World War II, when somebody tries to do that shit, I mean, you got fucking Italy over here picking a weird side, but I guess their guy wasn't so great. But you know, we found out when someone tries to take over, oh, I don't know, the whole world, then we're gonna make it not happen. So shout out Russia. I'll try to learn about you and stuff. You know, I just yeah. I mean, you know what would cure racism and like, well, you can't really do that actually. You can't do that actually. But open the eyes of the world is everybody should go to a different country every year. Because something that mankind story of us thing showed me is like, it's like we all just didn't even know why the fuck we're here, and then we slowly figured things out, but we're all so far apart. So we develop our way, they develop their way, things expand, and instead of like uniting it, we just fight and say, hey, it should be this way. So shout out to Russia. You guys, I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure the people are fine. I mean, the way you guys talk, it's a little scary. I think that gets people off to the wrong foot. And Germans too. They talk scary. But that is just pure, like, basically not understanding them. Because, yeah, I mean, you don't learn anything about Germans other than, well, it's a pretty big blimp on the fucking radar. I just don't, I mean, it wasn't even that long ago. We're not talking ancient history. We're talking, you guys did that, and I mean, I don't really get that. I mean, what was your point? You really think you could do that? Take over the whole world? I mean, so that's probably why I don't think of Germans so greatly. But I don't know anything else about them other than that, really. That's all you hear about them. So Germans, I'm sure you guys are fine. And I got to see, like, with the FUDs going, I got to see, like, actual German people, you know, and they seem nice, you know? They seem nice. So shout out to the Germans, but don't do that shit again, alright? Don't do that again. Jeez. I mean, don't be ridiculous, Germans. Come on. You guys could have every single person in your own fucking country put on a fucking whatever you guys want and try to fight, and you still couldn't do it. And then you can't, there's no reason to, you know? And you can't, because eventually somebody's gonna say, hey, what the fuck? You know? So you guys' plan was fucked from the start. But I won't hold that against you. I'll try to learn about you, okay? But that was pretty sketchy, okay? It was pretty fucked up. But it's just like the way of like America's mistakes. It's not my fault, you know? And the Germans of today, it's not their fault. So shout out. This is the late night ops. Look, get into the Olympics, even if some of the sports are like, I don't understand them, but it's still good to see representation and people coming together. And yeah, I mean, America, we're doing good, but I guess this isn't our best start. But this is only a couple days in, you know. So, whole world, you know, it's fun. So shout out to today is day, not the real day 26, but it's day 26. But the real day 26 is next month. That's the real one. And, you know, celebrate the day an R&B group put 2 albums out. But yeah, you know, they're technically still together actually, but they lost. Yeah, they got back together in 2014, but they haven't put anything out. The return was basically a mixtape, and it wasn't so great. A New Day was supposed to be their album, but it never came out. But that's, I mean, I don't know when, but Day 26 could have an album out sometime. And yeah, they're without Q. And I mean, he was pretty important, but you guys just gotta bring it together. Because, I mean, I would love to see a real Day 26 R&B album. I don't like that the music they have put out, it's not, I don't know, it seems like they're trying to fit in with some stuff. I just want Day 26 to be, hey guys, bring it back, R&B your fucking selves. I mean, put out a hit. But then again, that might be impossible because music, it's just not into it right now, you know? It's not into it, but hey, if BTS can be that big, so people do want groups in some way. Because whether you like it or not, I guess they're the biggest fucking thing on earth. Like, the biggest artists right now. As far as the world would say. So there is a want for groups, but I don't know if they want R&B groups, you know? So shout out to Day 26. Guys, I would not, if you put an album out, like a real album, I'll definitely be excited for that, but quit dicking around, alright? A New Day, waiting for, over 10 years for A New Day. So when's the fucking day gonna come, you know? You know? Day 27? So yeah, shout out to the day 26th of July. Day 26 of August is the real one. So it's just a little fun thing to think of, I guess. So shout out, this is the Late Night Ops TV. Hey, there's this little website where there's a little bird. He's a bird, and you tweet at people, and you make a little sound by tweeting, and you get a flock. So flock on over to Late Night Ops TV. Give it a follow, alright? Subscribe, and shout out, I'm stuck at 26 subscribers on YouTube too, so go over, make it a day 27, okay? Which is kind of funny how that all works out. It's interesting. Life is fun. It's up and down, but it's fun. The world's a fun place. Don't worry about the governments, we all love each other in the human spirit way, alright? And they can't take that. They can't take it from us. They just can't. So shout out, Late Night Ops TV. Thank you for watching.